Now let's talk about the Luka piece of it, DeMonte. I think he's legit sad. And I think he is really unsettled by this. He looks
Like the
so
trade?
unsure of himself. Go ahead. Yeah,
Oh,
about the
just like the
trade.
trade in general? Yeah, okay.
Yes. I think that he is still in a state of shock that this happened. And I don't think it's about wanting or not wanting to be a Laker. I think it's more about this team that he looked at himself as the leader of, obviously the best player, this franchise that I think he truly believed he might be able to do what Dirk did and play with one team forever. That they traded him under the dark of night and then have done everything they can to just tell the world, we don't believe in you. We thought you were a bad leader, a mediocre teammate, out of shape, all of it. He seems less confident on the court than at any moment of his career. And Luka is at his best when he's like a snarling, angry monster, but he also has to have that kind of swagger and confidence. And I just haven't seen it. And I don't know how long this is going to take. But he looks relieved when he makes a shot. He looks unsure of what he wants to do with the ball. And it's not, again, I'm not sure how many people stayed up late to watch the entirety of Lakers Hornets. I oddly did. Late in the game, there was, I forget, I think maybe Bron shot it. I'm not sure. There's a missed shot, and Luka is down, fighting on the offensive glass, gets a rebound, and gets a putback. It was to tie the game. It was a huge play. And you saw a shot of him after that, and it wasn't even like, it didn't, again, I'm not a body language expert, but just from watching this guy every step of his career, it wasn't excitement as much as it was relief. Like, I finally made a play. And I don't know how long this is going to last. My hope would be the Mavs game next week snaps him out of it. That there is that seeing like that is because the Lakers host the Mavs on Tuesday. So they have the Blazers tonight.
I was going to say a couple games in between that.
Nuggets Saturday, yeah. Correct.
Right.
And I would imagine LeBron's not playing tonight. So maybe tonight, like with Luka just running the full show. But so I'm not as worried about what these losses mean for the Lakers in the standings, because I know we talked about could they catch Denver, climb to the 3, and put Denver and OKC on the same side of the bracket. Losing to Utah and Charlotte probably made that, I don't want to say unrealistic, because they could beat Denver on Saturday and then just be a game back. But I now look at it more like just stay in the 4-5. Don't fall to the 6 where you might have to play Denver in round 1. That sounds awful. Yeah. Stay in the 4-5 and then you theoretically get Houston or the Clippers in round 1 and then take your chances with OKC. And again, OKC is a great team. Great team. But I think for a team that young, I think they're, playing Luka, who beat them last year in the playoffs, and LeBron could be tough. And then, see what happens with Denver. But Luka is out of sorts. Like, really, truly out of sorts. And he seems like he has not yet fully dealt with or is consistently still dealing with the trade. There's also evidently some breaking news, DeMonte. You want to share it with the audience?
Yeah, Bobby Portis has been suspended 25 games for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yes. So
played the last 4 games of the season.
So yeah, I mean, there's only 29 games left, and the Bucks need him. I just saw someone tweeted that his agent. So, what his agent is saying that Bobby unintentionally took a pain medication called Tramadol, thinking he was taking a pain medication called Toradol. Toradol's approved. Tramadol is not approved. This is recently out of the banned substance list. Tramadol, I feel like I've taken Tramadol.
Yeah, I've heard of Tramadol before.
Yeah, I think Tramadol. So it's a painkiller. Maybe I was wrong. I thought Tramadol was like an anxiety thing. So maybe I haven't taken it. Toradol, we all know. Toradol, a lot of football players take. Tramadol. Oh yeah, Tramadol is a super strong painkiller. It's an opioid. So listen. Everybody always takes steroids by accident. We all know this. Like, nobody's ever actually intentionally violated the performance-enhancing drug policy. I don't know, so people can decide whether or not they want to believe Bobby Portis' agent. That's fine. What does matter is this bad for the Bucks.
Yeah.
This is bad for a Bucks team that is trying to climb the Eastern Conference standings. Now, I think it's more important for them to just stay where they're at in the 4-5 line rather than move. They're not going to move up. They're 6 games behind the Knicks, so they're not going to catch the Knicks for the 3. But what they don't want to do is fall to the 6 and then end up having to play the Knicks in round 1. Like, there's clearly 3 teams in the East, in Boston, Cleveland, and New York, that are considerably better than everyone else, with Milwaukee lurking because of Giannis. Milwaukee doesn't want to have to face one of those 3 in round 1, and you traded Middleton. I know you have Kuzma now. Kuzma, though, shout out Kyle Kuzma. Good for him, buddy.
Congrats. Engaged
Winnie Harlow. Unbelievable. I know they've been together for a long time, but Kyle was once upon a time a real pro. For that Lakers team, he was a real pro. As the year they won the championship, did the dirty work, rebounded, defended, did all that stuff. Then went to the Wizards and just played nonsense basketball for 3 years. But maybe now that he's with the Bucks, he'll be a real pro again. But Milwaukee needs to stay where they are in the bracket. They can't drop down to the 6.